Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadhanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigna Upashante Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Harihi Om Namasarvebhyah Maalatee Varge Sarvesham Swagatam Adya Sandhi Vishaye Kanchana Abhyasan Karishyamaha Ekanimisham अस्तु मम चित्रं दृश्यते वा अस्तु अत्र स्वर व्यञ्जन विसर्ग सन्धीनां विषये पदानि सन्ति विभज्य सन्ति तेषां योजनं करणीयं सन्धि अस्ति चेत् सन्धिं करणीयं सन्धि करणीयं सन्धि सन्धि सन्धेः अर्हति नास्ति चेत् तदपि वक्तव्यं यत्र यत्र विकल्पेन सन्धि कर्तुं शक्यते तत्र विकल्परूपमपि वक्तव्यम् अवगच्छति वा पुनः वदामि आङ्ग्लभाषायां I have given words from all kinds of sandhi swara vyanjana visarga sandhi you have to join them together to give me the answer if sandhi rule if sandhi is not possible there you have to say that suppose if two options are sometimes there is an optional sandhi like chatva sandhi or whatever where you two forms are also correct then you have to tell me both the forms so you have to give me the answer over here sandhi name over here and the last one is we will try to do this even I'm not very 100% sure of the last column what I'm trying to say there is you have to say if it is padamadhye or padante or apadante or padante. Padante means end of a word. Like saha api is padante, which means saha is a proper word and we are trying to do sandhi at the end of the word. Okay. Apadante means like ud dayati. Ud is just a pratyaya. So I not even maybe that. Yeah, nihi balam doesn't look like a word. It's not a word. So it like upasarga sahita. These forms are not padante. So you have to tell me that
po plus anaha is apadante.
Apadante. So these things are like not a proper word, not between words. It's like in between one word. So you have to tell me apadante or not padante. Yeah. Did you get that? So the reason for saying that is in several sandhi forms, we need to know if it is padante or not. Some sandhi will not happen, even though it looks like it can happen, will not happen if it is not padante. Which means not at the end of a proper word. It will not happen between one word. Several sandhi will happen, definitely happen between one word. So we need to know that padante and apadante. I haven't yet figured out in which sandhis these things are coming, but as we do, we will know. But let's try to say that last column, padante or not. What does it look like to you? Okay. Okay, kramaha nirdishtamah va Akila, Jayanti, Madhumati, Swapna, tadanantaram aham. Pallavi bagini agachati chet, Pallavi bagini tadanantaram aham. Akila bagini arambam karotu bagini.
What is the first column?
Samid. Samid.
No.
Samid is a word.
There are three blank columns. There are three blank columns, right? What is the first one?
You have to tell the answer. Tatra.
Oh, sandhi asti. Oh, okay. Answer.
No, you have to say the answer. You have to join these words and say the answer.
Sandhi, then the sandhi name and then padante, apadante. The first one I'm not able to guess.
No, I actually gave a clue there, but I thought it was difficult. Like 3/3 declension. Now, what I tried to say there was vibhakti.
Samid bihi.
Bihi is the word that we usually add to all these, like Rama bihi, Lata bihi, Sarva bihi, things like that. The bihi is the word I'm trying to add. So,
yeah,
Samid bihi.
This seems like just for sandhi. Is it so?
Yes.
But padante eva अस्ति खलु पदमध्ये अस्ति वा जष्टसन्धि
मध्ये इति
because in
I
the
don't
koshtakam given it is but in the book let me check padante sthitanam vargiya vyanjananam idi eva asti.
see I somehow I wrote that this is padante. I also have to understand why I wrote like that. So if it is a suffix, then I think it is still, because samid is still a word. Okay, so what is your answer, Bhagini?
Samid bihi, third the dakara bihi,
as in like this.
I thought like
astu.
that.
Uttamam.
Jashtva sandhi padante, but
Why
I
did it
thought
become the? Why did it become the?
Yeah, Bhagini, you have to explain why you said that.
Yeah, aham vadami. Padante पूर्ववर्णस्य स्थाने अन्तिमवर्णः दकारः अस्ति, which is a वर्गीय व्यञ्जनं. परवर्णस्य आदिमवर्णः बकारः, which is a मृदु व्यञ्जनं. So वर्गीय व्यञ्जने मृदु स्वरे परे वर्गस्य तृतीय व्यञ्जनः आदेशो भवति, तद् अतः दकारः, धकारस्य स्थाने दकारः.
Okay. Next.
Moreover, it looks like she has given the clue to 3 by 3 declension, so it is very clear that it is samid bihi.
Yeah, I shouldn't have given this, but then last minute I changed my mind and gave the clue. I wanted you guys to understand what is this, because at some level when they, I don't know, when we are doing Subanta, we are learning all this, they will only tell you at the 3 by 3 always it will be bihi. So you have to understand the last what the suffix that is getting added. Like abhyam for the dvivachana. So similarly, bihi is the one that comes for the tritiya bahuvachana. So that is a.
So it should be apadante, right?
I'm not sure. I will mark it in red if I'm not sure.
We can check with someone. Yeah,
you can check.
It is padante. Why is it apadante?
Think padante beginning because some is a padam. I'm thinking like that.
Correct.
No,
I mean,
Bhagini, if we take the po ana, po is not a word. So we said apadante. Atra samid padameva kalu.
Samid ityukte?
Hey, please don't ask me the meaning. I haven't checked any words.
Okay, Bhagini, we'll check this.
Yeah,
I will also check and we'll also
I think
check.
Samid, and I think they do.
No, that is Samit. I think you are talking about Samit.
Yeah, Lavanya. Lavanya Bhagini, see, I have a question. In Jashtva Sandhi, you have, takarasya sthane dakara agachati.
Takarasya sthane dakara.
But here it is samid, which is the fourth.
No, Bhagini, it is vargiya vyanjanam. It can be any 4 vyanjanas. Nyamangananam varjayitva vargiya vyanjananam sware mrudu vyanjane pare. But
so it can be any of the 4, is it?
It can be tatta, dadda, whatever. It will always become the.
Okay, thank you.
Ekanamisham, maybe, I'm slow at getting this, but what is this padante? Is it
pada ante, Bhagini?
Pada ante. I get the meaning, but what is it that the sandhi is happening at the end? Is that what it is?
No. But sandhi is happening at the end of the first word, is what we are trying to say. Okay.
No,
not the
we can
word,
say
which is why I'm saying
Bhagini. Padante ityukte between words.
Between words.
You can take it like that. Between words.
But in this case, the first one is a proper word. Sandhi is happening after that. So I kind of thought it is padante here, but that's why I'm marking it as a doubt. I'm not very, very sure about this. Okay. That's why I'm saying the last column is kind of, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to give it a try. So we'll mark doubts and we will ask somebody who knows the last column alone. Okay. Wherever
Bhagini,
it's doubtful. Yes.
Ekanamisham. Tell me one example of apadante.
Here, Bhagini, po, ana. Po is not a word at all. Ana is not a word.
Oh.
Bhagini,
so po plus anaha.
Bhagini, Jayanti Bhagini, don't worry. Okay. As we do, we will also try to understand how this works. Okay. As of now, the first one, ignore it. Second one, we will go. Yeah.
Okay. Bhagini, I will give an example. I will give you an example. Take ne plus ati, nayati. the Nayati word comes from ne plus ati. Atra yanta vanta desha sandhi happens. Ne plus ati. So it is apadante. Ityukte Nayati padam. Nayati ingradha padam, but still for the formation of the word Nayati itself there is sandhi.
Sometimes we take the pratipadika roopam as in pratipadika roopam and try to play with it. That is not a padam. Pratipadika roopam is a root word, and then we add things to it to create a word. So that is why it's like not a padam. Like here, Samid, I'm thinking could be a pratipadika roopam, which is why we are getting a subanta word, Samid bihi. That is why probably Akilaji is doubtful that it is apadante. So I'm not sure. We will ask that. Yeah.
But in my mind, 90% or whatever should be padante.
No. Are you sure with the data? Don't go like that. I haven't yet sat down to mark which sandhi they have said this sandhi will only happen at padante. There are certain sandhis where it is clearly mentioned. So I have to do that work, which I will do the next time we are here. Okay. I didn't have the time. So you can't just justify that most of the sandhis are padante. No, that is not correct. It could be right, but we have to speak with data. So for now, let's proceed. We will learn it as we go. So don't worry about the last column for now. Yeah. Astu, Jain Bagini.
Chamu audatya pratama padante achati bhavati. So plus anything is yanasandhi, it becomes va. So chamvaudatya yanasandhi padante.
Amidam, I think you got the easiest one.
Yeah.
Astu.
I was like, I didn't even realize it, but I'm very happy.
Don't be happy, Bagini. You have to get the tough ones. Only then we can fight and learn. Yeah. So what is the answer,
Bagini,
Bagini?
I think it is not padante. It is a samasta padam because chamu is the pratipadika roopam.
Okay.
Oh, it can be pratama also.
Yeah, it can be pratama vibhakti as well, Kallu. Chamu.
Chamu, guru, like that. Is that what you're saying?
Bagini,
No,
what did you say?
vadvav vadvaha. Vaduhu vadvav vadvaha.
Chamu is Chamu is what?
Ukaranta Strilinga.
Srilinga
Ukaranta Strilinga padam.
Okay.
Chamu is Ukaranta Strilinga padam. So the pratama ekvachanam is chamuhu.
So what is this? Chamau dattavyam.
Huh?
Chamau dattavyam.
No. U plus au, what does it become? No, U plus au, yan
plus au becomes wow.
So where is the va? Cham plus?
Chamvau dattavyam. Chamvau. Right.
Wow. Okay. You have to be very specific what you're saying. Okay. Astu.
I am
Agreement.
confused with
Samasta
this
padam
apadante.
only.
I think it is padante only.
No, Bagini, it is apadante because chamu is the pratipadika roopam. If you see vadu shabdam, it is vaduhu, vadvau, vadvaha. So the pratama ekavachanam.
Bagini, what about the pratama dvivachanam?
That is vadum. Oh, pratama dvivachanam. Vadvau.
No, dvivachanam. Vaduhu, vadu, vadvaha. Like chamu.
No, vaduhu, vadvau, vadvaha.
No, Bagini. What is it? Bagini. Huh?
I'm looking at the
Vadu.
Vaduhu,
Bagini, what are
vadvau,
we
vadvaha.
saying? Raswa ukaranta kalu?
Dirgha ukaranta.
Oh, chamu is dirgha ukaranta va?
Can you check that?
I can check that. For me now it is easier to delete this last column. I think we can come back to it a little later because we're wasting so much time with that.
Correct, Bagini.
We'll do one thing. Ignore the last column for now. I have to find the meaning as well, which will help us understand it better. Every word. I will do all that homework. I didn't have the time. Yeah. Okay. We will do it next week. But for now, just go with the name and the sandhi.
Okay.
So,
Bagini, we are doing this in Ladakh. That's why I'm checking. Otherwise, I will also not know.
अस्तु कस्याः अवसरः मधुमति
So
भगिनी
it's yeah. So it is Satchit is the answer, and it is Shchutva Sandhihi. Takarasya sthane chakaraha agacchati.
okay, can you go down the hard route, the other the kramaha, what is that, some okay, I will say what I had in my mind.
Sat. Okay, so then it is Sat plus Chit. Then you get Sa plus Ich plus Chit. Correct? So
No,
instead of
no.
It, you get Ich. Sa plus Ich plus Chit.
This answer is correct, but in the book we had a note saying there is a krama called Shastriya krama, where first they will always do the Jastva Sandhi by saying Sad plus Chit. Then the
Acha.
Dakara will become Jakara by Shutva Sandhi. Okay. Then again the Jakara
Jakara will become
Chakara by Chartva Sandhi.
Oh.
Somehow the ultimate answer is Sachit. You can also
But
say
you can,
direct.
no,
Yes,
directly
you
it
can
is
also
Shutva Sandhi, no?
Adyatana Kale, this is accepted. But actual order is what I said.
So
But
Sat
in exam,
plus Chit, so it becomes Sat plus Chit is Jashtva Sandhi you put, and then it becomes Sad plus Chit. Then that is Jashtva Sandhi. Then you have what is that? The Da will become Ja, right? So that is Saj plus Chit. Then you have the Shartva Sandhi where Ja becomes Cha. So it becomes Sach Chit.
and the next one is
Then you have the Chartva Sandhi.
okay. So this is what I was saying, but the ultimate answer is what you said. You can either say Sachit with
Shutva Sandhi or
Shutva Sandhi. Oh, Shamatam. Shutva Sandhi, then that is also correct. Yeah. So yeah, that's fine. Next,
Saha api. It will be the Visarga Lopa, right? Saha api.
No. So you have to say, okay, this is some Visarga Sandhi. Good. But tell me the process, steps.
I don't know the process. Saha api. It's a special case, right? Saha, Eshaha, and all that Visarga.
Yeah, but tell me the proper. No, there was something about it. So you have to tell me the rule. The rule says Eshaha Saha Ityanayoho Padayo Visargasya Akaram Vina Yatkinchit Varne Pare api Lopaha Bhavati. So if you have Eshaha or Saha, it should not be followed by Hrasva Akara. I deliberately gave this question, Bhagini.
Oh, okay. So this is so it's not the Lopa thingy then.
It's not the Lopa. Okay. The Lopa will only come if there is Hraswa Akara Vina anything else. Okay. So if it is a Hraswa Akara, then you go to the Ukara rule of Visarga.
Ukara rule of Visarga. Okay.
Okay. Visarga Sandhi, Ukaraha. So there what happens? Aha plus when aha is followed by a visarga. So if there is an aha, then ukara adesha bhavati. So it will become is plus sa plus u plus api. Then a and u here will become o. So plus api. Then again, what sandhi is? Now tell me the answer. No, you have to tell me the so plus api as well. What is so plus api?
So
Tatra guna sandhi bhavati. A plus u will become guna. O. Now o, so plus api, give me the answer.
it will become that that S thingy, right?
Answer is correct. Sandhi namakaha.
What is Swara Sandhi? What is that? Purva Rupa Sandhiya. Enadu? Therliye.
Purva Rupa Sandhi.
Purva Rupa
Okay.
Sandhi.
So the final answer is sopi.
Okay.
Saha plus api, sopi. But internally, there were 3 sandhis that had happened. So Visarga Sandehe Ukara Niyamaha will bring you directly to sopi, but internally there had been a Guna Sandhi, Ukara Adesha Bhavati Guna Sandhi, then a Purva Rupa Sandhi has happened. Okay, we need to know the steps. Astu, Uttamam, Agrimam. Kasya mama avasara kalu? Suhrud Mitra. Pallavi Bhagini nasti va atra? Astu. Suhud Mitra. Tatra dakarah asti. Just makara asti. Suhud Mitra. Suhun Mitra va. Makaraha panchama varnaha kalu, panchama varga varna. So dakarasya panchama varnaha adesha bhavati. So suhru tatadana. Suhrun mit tatadana. Suhru and mitra. Sadhuva, what do you guys think? Suhrun mitra. Let me check my answer.
I think so.
Suhrun mitra is fine. Parantu tatra vikalpa roopam api asti. Kimartam ityukte, this is parasavarna sandhi, by the way. Parasavarna sandhi. Parasavarna sandhi. So this has got an optional form where we don't have to do the sandhi. So that will be Suhrud Mitra. Both forms are valid. If it is overwhelming, I'm so sorry, because it is sandhi, this is how it will start. Then we will get used to the rules, okay? So don't feel bad if you're not catching up quickly, okay? Don't worry.
No.
I have a big list. By the end of, I'm going to add so much. By the end of this abhyasa, all of us would be good with sandhis, okay? So don't get overwhelmed if it is.
Not at all.
Bhagini, one more suggestion. Can we
Bhagini.
try to say the full rule of Parasavarna Sandhi? So each time we'll be revising.
Astu Bhagini. Parasavarna
Agreed.
Sandhi. Astu. So Parasavarna Sandhi, if I will say the way I understood, okay? If Padante, no, Padante va? No. If Bhagini, this is Parasavarna Sandhi nasti Bhagini. This is no, this is not Parasavarna. This is that.
This is Anunasika Sandhi.
Anunasika Sandhi. Parasavarna is different. Yes. Anunasika Sandhi. So Anunasika Sandhi, if there is this Panchama Varnaha on the Paravarnasya Ade, Adau, Panchama Vargiya Vyanjanam Asti Chet, Purva Varnasya Antima Varnaha, Pratama Dvitiya Tritiya Chaturtha Varge Kimapi, that which means 1, 2, 3, 4 column, whatever it is there on the first padam's last, and followed by the 5th column. So 1, 2, 3, 4 followed by 5, you get whatever is the Panchama Varna of the Pratama Varna will come in as Adesha. So Dakarasya Ta Vargasya Panchama Varna is Nakaraha. So Nakaraha will come as an Adesha if it is followed by any of the Panchama Varna column. Even if there is a Nakara. Okay. Even the same varnas, if there is a nitra, then still we will get a surhun nitra. There will be 2 nakara. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, so that is anunasika sandhi. Because anuswara, anunasika swara is there at the end. So that is a clue. This is anunasika sandhi. Astu, Akila Bhagini.
Just a minute. So Anunasika also has Yavarala. Is that Anunasika?
No.
No, Yavarala is not Anunasika.
Oh, the rule that comes in that, you're talking about that? That is the Parasavarna Sandhi, Kalu. No, what is that rule?
Oh, illa. The Anuswara Sandhi. Okay. Okay. Illa, what is Yavarala?
What is
That is
Yavarala? I'm getting
Parasavarna Sandhi.
confused. You mean
No,
in
no, that is
Parasavarna Sandhi
Parasavarna
there is
Sandhi.
one
No,
Chandra
no,
Bindu will come? Is that what you're saying?
No. Yavarala, is it Mridu
Parasavarna Sandhi.
Vyanjanani? No, Mridu Vyanjanani? Is that
Correct.
yeah, and
Yavarala is mridu, correct.
No,
Sha,
Bhagini,
Sha,
Parasavarna Sandhi itself, no, Yavala is also Anunasika, but it comes in Parasavarna Sandhi eva.
Yavarala is Anunasika?
Bhagini, I will quickly
It
show.
can also have
I
a
will.
Anunasika.
I will quickly show this, Bhagini. I'm trying to pick one good picture here. Okay, we'll just pick this one. Oh my God, it's going to give something. Okay, you have to go through this Maheshwara Sutram, Bhagini. Maheshwara Sutram is nothing but the 14 AIE. All the Varnamala is given in a different order. Okay, please try to memorize this. It is very, very helpful. So here, if you see Nyana Nyamangananam, that is the 5th column. Okay, starting from Ha till the end of the Lakara, everything is a Vyanjanam. Okay, just after Ha, Ya, Va, Ra, ignore the last letter. I hope you remember these rules. Ignore the last letter of every line. Okay, that is not to be considered at all. Starting from Ha, just after Ha, Ya, Va, Ra, La, Nya, Ma, Nga, Na, Na, Ja, Bha, Gada, Dha, Jaba, Gada, Da. Up till here, this is all Mridu Vyanjanam. So Maheshwara Sutram is set up as Mridu Vyanjanam followed by Karkasha Vyanjanam.
Oh.
Okay. So if you memorize this Maheshwara Sutram, it is easy for you to visualize Mridu Vyanjanam followed by Karkasha Vyanjanam. Where is Yavarala? It's at the top. So it is a Mridu Vyanjanam. It is easier that way.
Okay.
so
Okay.
her comes in both up and down.
Yes.
So is
So
her, then what is
it is
her?
Ha is a Mridu Vyanjanam. I forgot the
Her
rules.
comes in Mridu Vyanjanam as well as Antaskaha. So to include in both the Pratyahara, it is like that.
For now, you can consider Ha as a Mridu Vyanjanam for our sake. Okay. So Mridu Vyanjanam followed by Karkasha Vyanjanam is the rule. So you need to know what is on the top bit, what is in the bottom bit, for which you need to memorize the Maheshwara Sutram. It is easier. Okay, you will understand these rules even more faster. Right. Where are we? What did I do? Here. Astu. Madam. Yeah, here. सः आगच्छति. कस्य अवसरः? अखिला भगिन्याः अवसरः.
सः आगच्छति. पूर्वपदस्य पदः अस्ति सः. सो विशेषपदः अस्ति. आगच्छति. अकारं विना अन्यस्वरः अस्ति. अतः विसर्गस्य लोपः. स आगच्छति.
अग्रिमम्.
मम अवसरः उद् प्लस डयते दकारान्त मृदुव्यञ्जनम् अस्ति डयते मृदुव्यञ्जनम् अपि अस्ति ढ ठ ठ ढ इति कारणार्थं द स्थाने तृतीय आगच्छति तृतीयवर्गं. So tha ta da. So taddayane, there is no difference. Taddayate.
Tad what?
Uddayate,
Ud. I mean ud.
My eyesight is so bad.
No, Bhagini, Puna. So what is the Sandhi name? Puna ekvaram vadatu Bhagini. I'm not following what you're saying. Sandhi namakah?
Jashatvam.
Jashtvam. The outcome will only be the third column, Tritiya Varga. So, atra
I am thinking it is Tritiya Varga only.
Yeah, so Jashtvam will not happen there. Jashtvam will happen. So, if it had been Ut plus Dayate, what you're saying, Takara will become Dakara, that is correct. Ud will become. But already I have given Ud. That is not Jashtvam. Shall I give a clue?
Bhagini,
Bhagini?
don't complex yourself
No, no,
with
no.
Mridu and
I
all.
am.
It is in the beginning of the Sandhi itself.
That's what I was going to give the clue.
Sandhis.
Starting sandhis. The first two sandhis, think.
See, would the diete, I am not thinking about number. I mean, all I am thinking is what is the. So it is belonging to the first four. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's why
It
I'm
is
saying you
coming
are
in.
skipped the first two sandhi and you're going beyond to understand your rules. I'm saying if the answer is in the first two sandhis.
Oh,
So the is ta varga. Think about ta varga.
Thada. Ut. But it dha, but it is followed by cha. Da is not cha varga.
Da is which varga?
Huh?
Da is which varga?
Tha.
Ta varga.
Third
Bhagini.
varga. Third.
No. I'm not asking the number. Ta varga.
Ta
This is the
varga.
second
If
sandhi we
Bandu
learned.
has come.
Yeah, but she's in listening mode.
Oh, I
She's in
see.
listening mode, so it's okay. So da is in ta varga. Ta varga. Which sandhi will it come? Shtutva sandhi. Dvitiya sandhi.
Shtutva. Oh, I see.
Hmm.
Shtutva sandhi. So
No. Not shtutva. Shtutva. The second sandhi. Shtutva.
Shtutva sandhi. Then shut. Third. But that also is third only. I don't know.
Bhagini, I gave you the answer. Shtutva sandhi. You have to now join the word. That's all.
Yeah, uddayate. Varo. Uddayate. Double da.
Why? Why
Because
is the why?
Why the is the first four and then it is it is cha varga. No.
Ta varga.
Ta varga followed by sha varga and sha is dominant.
No. Ek nimisham. Ta varga followed by ta varga. Okay.
Ta
Then
varga.
shtutva sandhi will apply. If shtutva sandhi applies, corresponding ta varga will be added. So atra dakara is the tritiya varna. Ataha in ta varga the tritiya varna will come, which is dakaraha. So it will be
uddayate.
Uddayate. Okay.
Yeah.
Uttama. Bhagini, go in the order we learned. Try to think of the first two sandhi, then you think about first 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever rule. Then you know that it doesn't belong to shtutva, shtutva. Okay? Yeah, astu. Agrima.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but it was a simple thing. After you said shtutva, my brain went to damuda gama.
Bhagini, this abhyasa is for this sake only. We are overthinking it. It's okay. I have got a big mix of sandhis, so don't worry. We'll slowly go. Even I struggled every time I was doing it. I was thinking, oh, this is the fourth varna, this, that. But no, the answer is pretty simple. So it's okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what
Bhagini.
is Damuda Gama. What is it?
Bhagini, every time we try to join these words, if you say it quickly, you will get the answer. Uddayate is the only answer you will get. But you need to justify why the dakara came, which is the difficult part. Then only we will know the sandhi names and everything. Quickly saying, joining these two words, you will get the answer immediately. Okay. That is not what I'm targeting. I'm targeting why it is shtutva sandhi. You have to justify that. Okay, astu. Agrimam.
One more thing is, like initially check for shtutva and shtutva and then go to other Vyanjana sandhi because these are very common.
Bhagini, these are very common. So you think for the first two rules, then you start applying all your other logic. Astu, kasya avasraha?
It's mine. Yeah. So lan plus ghana. I know it is langana, but the thing is, na is the fifth letter of tavarga. So gha also, I'll have to look at, I have to look at the fifth letter of ghavarga, which is na. So it becomes langana. Tavarga's fifth
Say it
letter
one
is
more
na.
time, I'm confused.
No, Tavarga's fifth letter is na. And you
Ah.
followed by, Kavarga's third letter.
Which is
So,
this. Nga.
Ga. No, Tavarga. No, Kavarga's third letter.
Kavarga, this is
Sorry,
Kavarga's
for the
yes, third letter. Yes,
Kavarga's, sorry, Kavarga's fourth letter is there, which is Ghana.
yes, okay.
Okay. So, Tavarga's
So
Nakara will become,
which rule tells?
that I don't know. I know this is how
That
it
is
is
why
like.
that is why your answer is wrong, because you are saying the answer in one step. Here there are two sandhis.
Huh.
It
Okay.
is not directly 5 followed by
Fifth,
4.
I'm
You
just
take for 5.
replacing. Yeah.
No, that is
I'm
wrong.
just replacing it that way.
No. If 5, okay, shall I go with the answer?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
I
this
know
is
it's Langanaha, but
see, okay,
Can I try?
Padante. Bagini, yes, go ahead.
The first sandhi is Anuswara sandhi. Apadante Anuswara sandhi. The
Yes.
next is Parasavarna sandhi. Parasavarna or Purva?
Bagini, explain why it is
Parasavarna.
Anuswara Sandhi, Bagini.
I'll
Because
say
Anuswara,
that.
we all know.
Yes,
Makara,
yes.
anything that will come to our mind. So you tell me
This
the
is
rule.
the Anuswara sandhi. We all know that is a common sandhi. Makara followed by Vyanjanam. Makara becomes Anuswara. But that is the Padante.
But there is no
There is
makara, it
one-
is lan.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Wait,
There is
coming,
one more rule.
Wait.
There is one more rule. That is the Padanta rule. Apadante, it can be Nakara or Makara followed by Vargiya Vyanjanam or Sa. Then Nakara becomes Anuswara and the Makara also becomes Anuswara. It is at the back of the Anuswara Sandhi itself. This is one more exception. If it comes in the Apadante.
See, Anunasika is not, Anuswara is not only about Makara. There were 2 more rules for Nakara also was given. So one of the rule is, if Nakara is at the end of the word followed by whatever, it will become a Anunasika. What is this? Anunasika. No, what am I saying? Anuswara. It will become an Anuswara.
Anuswara.
So the lam plus gana. Now, lam plus gana. Now what Madhumati Bhagini said is okay. But still, I need to know the Sandhi name. Akila Bhagini, what did you say, Bhagini? The answer now. The next step.
The first sandhi is Anuswara sandhi. The second is Parasavarna sandhi. So Purva Padasya ante Anuswara asti tadanantaram Vargiya Vyanjanam asti chet tad Vargasya Panchama Varnaha adesha bhavati. So Makara asti lam iti Anuswara asti tadanantaram ga iti asti, which is a Vargiya Vyanjanam. So Makara Anuswara is replaced by Parasavarna of ga, which is ing, langanam.
Parasavarna means the Parapadasya Savarna Padam will come as Adeshaha. So Kakka Gaggas Panchama Varna will come as an Adeshaha. Langana. Okay. As soon as you see this dot, you have to go to Parasavarna Sandhi. Always remember. How did we get the dot? That is Anuswara Sandhi. Not just by Makara at the Antima, but Nakara also. You have to think about the rule. Okay. So it is Anuswara Sandhi followed by Parasavarna Sandhi. You get Langana. Madhumati Bhagini avagachati kallu.
yes.
Astu. Agrimam kasyaha avasara.
No, the
Swapna Bhagini.
names are something that I'm not able to, kind of recall quickly, but kind of
Yes.
know how this will. I mean, if you ask me, Padachedam, or if you ask me, to join,
Yes.
I can do. But
In real life, you don't need the names. You don't need grammar in real life. You only have to understand it's Langana. If you see the word Langana, how did it come? Then Lan plus Gana. But if you go into grammar,
yes,
for our exam, we can't say I only
yes,
want
I
real
know
life
only that.
scenario.
I
For
got it.
exam,
Yeah.
we need to understand these sandhis.
True,
So to understand that, we need to know the names and rules and everything. So yeah, we'll go ahead. Yes, Swapna Bhagini.
Dhanavan Shashtaha. Dhanavan Shashtaha. Okay. Na is the fifth letter, right?
Mm.
No.
Agni, I will remind you. Think of the first two sandhis before you proceed.
Yeah. I mean, this has to be Shtutva only because the sh
Mhm.
is
Astu, Uttamam.
So, then, boy, this is hard. Da. I have okay. Ta varga plus ta varga. So it will be dhana. Dhana.
Try to say the word very quickly.
Dhanavashashtaha.
Dhanavan Shashta, Dhanavan Shashta, Dhanavan Shashta, Dhanavan Shashta. How many hours times you say Dhanavan Shashtaha, nothing will change. So there is no sandhi there.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, the rule is in Shtutva sandhi, there is an apavada.
Oh.
It says if the ta varga as in tatta dadana is followed by shakara, there is no sandhi.
Bhavan plus shashtaha, bhavan shashtaha. Okay, now I see.
So Dhanavan Shashtaha is the answer. Shamina Magini, everything is everything. I have thought about it before giving all these questions because it has to be a slightly challenging, so we will learn. Astu?
Begini, eka nimisham. That in should not be na.
What do you mean in?
Then,
oh, sorry.
should be.
No, what? Which where, Bagini?
2 words.
Dhanavan, that this na.
You don't
why?
join. You don't join.
Why do you have to go for Natvam na? I'm simply
No.
words. There is no sandhi there.
You can do that?
Yes, Bagini, you can leave it separate as well. Nothing happens. It is only a Gunita Aksharam. You have only joined it without any change.
Okay.
I thought na will become Gunita, that Natvana.
Natvam rules, I think Pallavi Bagini sent few weeks ago. That rule doesn't apply here at all, Bagini. There is no shakara here at all to go for Natvam.
There should be repa.
There be repa.
Shakara,
nothing is there.
Rukara.
I will ask Pallavi Bagini to resend, or I will try to forward it again. Okay, Natvam na rule is not applicable here at all. So I'm simply joining the words because there is no sandhi. Okay, I will say somewhere no sandhi. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Kasya avasaraha? Mama avasara va? Okay. Po anaha. Okara followed by rasva akara. This is po and I mean o, a, both are swara. So this is some swara sandhi. Okay. Which swara sandhi? O followed by a. I would like to A and O followed by rasva akara. Po naha purva rupa sandhi, but it is not purva rupa sandhi. So kimartam. Oh, purva rupa sandhi will only come if it is a padante.
Padante.
Okay, this is not a padante. That is why I want to know a padante. See, so purva rupa sandhi, where we put the avagraha chinnam, will only come between padam. Okay, po is not a padam. Okay, so that rule is negated. So what is the other swara sandhi rule? Yantavanta desha sandhi, where okara followed by akara, you get okara ityukte av. Av will come as an adeshaha. So pav plus anaha will become, what am I saying? Pa.
Av.
Yes. Pavanaha. Pav plus plus
Av, av.
av. Av bagini.
Av, no.
Av. So
Pavanah.
Av.
why are we saying av here?
I think that
no.
should be pau.
No.
No.
Maybe
No,
question is a
the
mistake.
the
It should be
answer
pau
no
plus
no no.
Pavana.
Eka
No,
nimisham.
that should be pau, I think, because the final word is pavanaha. Or pavanaha.
Bagini, pavanaha is the question answer bagini.
Pavanaha.
I think there is a word called pavanaha. My bad, I
pavanaha.
didn't find the meaning. But pavanaha is the
Pavan
answer
is
here.
wind.
Pavanaha.
Pavana is
Pavanaha.
Hanuman. Another name for Hanuman.
No, that is
Pavan is Suta.
Pavana Sutta.
Pavanaha
Pavana is
is Vayu.
Vayu. Pavana
Vayu is
Sutta.
wind.
Vayu sun. Pavana Sutta is
Vayu
Hanuman. Pavana is wind.
Okay.
So yeah, you have to understand why Purva Rupa Sandhi did not apply. So for which we need to know if it is Padante or Apadante. Okay. Right. Akila Bagini.
Nihi plus balam. Atra visargah asti. Tadanantaram ba aramba aksharha ba, which is a mrudu vyanjanam. So nirbalam. So visargasya repa deshaha.
Visarga Sandhi. Repah. Kasya avasarah?
Mama avasarah. Anushtub plus Chandaha. I think for a change, I know this.
See, Bagini, the answer is always easy. But you have to now tell me the name of the Sandhi and why.
Okay. First, let me tell the answer. Anushtub Chandaha.
Uttamam.
Etat karanatam. The first four and then Karkasha Venjanam. Iti karanatam. Chatva Sandhi.
Are you sure? What is the rule for you said Chatva Sandhi? Is it what Sandhi Bagini? Puna?
Chatva Sandhi.
Chartva Sandhi.
Chatva. Because it is the second
Bagini,
letter is.
Bagini, Eka Nimisham. It's not Chatva. It's Chartva.
Okay.
I hope you are saying that. Chartva. Chartva Sandhi.
No, Chatva. Like
No,
Sandhi.
there is one Sandhi called
Chutva.
Chatva. No, Chatva, there is a Sandhi. So don't say Chatva.
No, I was not telling. I don't even know what that is. So I don't know.
Astu, Chartva Sandhi. Kimartam Chartva Sandhi?
Pratamaha, first four followed by Karkasham. So first the ba sthani pa agachati.
Karkasha Venjanam agachati.
Am.
Anushtup Chandaha. Uttamam Bagini. Agrimam.
So yam plus traha.
You got a very similar one like last time. Now,
Yeah, it is yantraha. So instead of makara, I'm getting nakara. The fifth.
Not instead of makara Bagini, tatra makara nasti.
Yam.
Anuswara.
Sorry, anuswara. So, and then you have tra, which is so how does that become na? Don't know. Yantra.
Okay. Atra. So this is Anuswara followed by it plus ra. So it is a Vargiya Venjanam. Okay. It's the first one. So if Anuswara is followed by Paravarna, if you have Vargiya Venjanam, that Vargiya Venjanam's Panchama Varnaha Adeshaha Bhavati. So Tattadada na. Okay, so that is how Nakara came in the scene.
Okay.
So
Yan,
just
then it should become yan.
In here Adesha instead of Anuswara, instead of the Anuswara, Nakara will come. Okay. So because we are Paravarnasya Iva, we are taking a Varna, so this is called Parasavarna Sandhi. Okay. Just like the para varna, we are taking a savarna. So this is called para savarna sandhi. Oh, क्षम्यताम्. अस्तु. कस्य अवसरः?
मम अवसरः. मित्रु अग्रजः.
एकनिमिषं भगिनी. Just तिष्ठतु. I want to say one more thing here. Okay, in Parasavarna Sandhi, this rule is a Nitya rule because Parasavarna Sandhi is an optional Sandhi where two forms are allowed. Only when Vargiya Vyanjanam or what am I saying? If it is a Padante, if it is Padante at the end of a word, then it becomes an optional Sandhi. Parantu atra apadante. Yam is not a word. So it is between one word, which is why this Sandhi is a Nitya Sandhi here. Okay, that is the reason for the fifth column, the last column I have here. We need to understand if it is Padante or not. There are two options. Suppose if here it is not a word, not a, if it is a proper word, then this Sandhi is an optional one. You don't have to do the Sandhi. So we need to understand that Padante and Apadante, why we are talking about it. Yeah, okay, for just extra information. Yeah, okay. Has to go ahead, Bagini.
Okay, Pitru Agrajaha is and both are swaras, right? So it's swara sandhi. And it is yana. You know why? Because plus the so it becomes ra. So Pitargrajaha, is that how does it, what is the word? Pit plus ru plus agrajaha. So r plus will become ra.
R plus a will become
ra repa ra.
So your answer would be pit plus.
So it is pitragrajaha.
As in here, like this?
Yeah. Or is it that repa, that mela?
Again, I want you to say it with confidence. This is just Swara Sandhi. So in Yana Sandhi, not Ekadesha bhavati, which is in both the sthana, one will come. Okay.
So,
Samanya adesha nasti. So both would be replaced.
Yan and Yantavanta Samanya adesha.
Am I saying it all wrong? N and
I will also check. Purvasya ekasya varnasya sthane adesha.
It will become and then
so only the Kshamyatam. So only the Rikaraha would become Repaha. So Pitra, so it would actually be Pitra Halanta plus Agrajaha. Okay. It will become a Halanta. The Repa will come, the Repa will come replace the Rikaraha. So it will be Pitr Agrajaha. So R plus A then will become just a Gunita Aksharam, will become Pitragrajaha.
Okay.
This is a step, but Yanasan.
Yeah, the easy way to remember this is the two Ach Sandhi starting with Ya will be not Ekadesha.
Samanya Adesha.
Yan and Yantavanta. The two Sandhi starting with Ya is not Ekadesha. Remember that way.
So two sandhi starting with ya, only two sandhi starting with the ya word will only replace one column, not both.
So that is ekadesha.
That is samanya adesha.
Say-
Ekadesha means two replaced by one is called ekadesha.
Okay, samanya is
One replaced by one. So
okay.
r replaced by ra, repaha. The a will stay as is. Nothing happens to the a, the following letter.
Okay, okay. This is samanya.
Samanya adesha.
So which is samanya? Akila Bhagini said.
Both sandhi starting with the letter ya, yana and yantavanta desha sandhi.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay.
Some ekanimisham samaya jatah va? By any chance? Or are we still good to go? Half an hour more kalu, adda gantah asti kalu.
1.5 hours.
Someone help me?
Right?
Yeah, astu. So, yeah, I'm still getting confused with time. Yeah, okay. Astu. Kasya avasara?
Yes.
Amma avasara va?
Okay.
Pallavi Bhagini avasara. Pallavi Bhagini, can you do it, Bhagini, or are you busy?
He wanted to listen, so it's okay. Could do. Maybe she's not able to talk. Yeah.
I'm busy. My daughter is leaving, so I'm just
Chinta mastu,
serving
Bhagini.
dinner.
Yeah, chinta mastu, Bhagini. Astu. Tasmat iti. Takara followed by swara. Tasmat. No. Vyanjana swaram followed by swara. So I don't think there is sandhi there. Tasmat iti. Am I saying it correctly? Tasmat iti. No, is it wrong? No, it is wrong. Astu. Coming back again.
Isn't it Jashtva Sandhi?
Bhagini. Yes. Tasmat followed by iti swara or mridu vyanjanam, we have to do jashtva sandhi. So it will become tasmad.
You're frozen.
Am I? Yes, I am. Tasmat iti. It's not letting me change. Astu. Tasmat iti, then it will become tasmaditi. I'm just joining these two letters, Bhagini. Shruyate va?
Shruyate.
Astu. Tasmat takarah, vargiya vyanjanam followed by swara or mridu vyanjanam, we apply jashtva sandhi where tad vargasya tritiya varnaha adesha bhavati. So takara ta vargasya tritiya varnaha dakaraha adesha bhavati. Tasmad plus iti. Tadanantaram just gunita aksham tasmad iti. Iti I'm just, there is no sandhi after that. I'm just joining these words. Tasmad iti. Jashtva sandhi is the answer. Astu. Kasya avasara? Akila Bhagini.
Sam plus yamaha makarah asti पूर्वपदस्यन्ते and अग्रिमपदे यकारः व्यञ्जनम् अस्ति अतः मकारस्य अनुस्वारः भवति अनुस्वारसन्धि तदनन्तरं मकारात् अनन्तरं य अस्ति य अस्ति अतः संयमः अथवा संयमः परसवर्ण प्रथमम् अनुस्वारसन्धि तदनन्तरं परसवर्णसन्धि
संयमः as in
it has vikalpa roopam संयमः as well as संयमः.
Sayamaha. Is this what you are saying, Bhagini?
अथवा संयमः.
Sandhi namaka?
परसवर्णसन्धि.
It is an optional sandhi. Okay. So if it is between words, it's an optional sandhi. So there are two forms here. Sanyamaha or Samyamaha. But Anuswara sandhi is not an optional sandhi. Anuswara sandhi, where is that thing? Yes, Anuswara sandhi is not an optional sandhi. If Makara is followed by Vyanjanam, then you have to do Anuswara. Okay. Uttamam. Kasyaha avasaraha.
Mamasra.
Hmm.
Tat plus shamashruna.
Smashruna.
Mashruna. Asha agacchati. Karanartham aham chintayami. Sha ityukte tat shruna. I think ta plus sha no sandhi.
No.
First
Think
sandhi.
again. Bhagini. First sandhi, Bhagini.
Asti ya.
Asti, asti.
Tat plus ta plus sha, then tas shamana shuna shama, because ta followed by sha sha, so ta vargete corresponding cha vargo cha tat shama shama shuna
Smashruna.
shmashuna tat shmashuna ch.
Okay.
Ta
Touch. Can you tell me the rule, Bhagini?
that one is Shutta Sandhi.
Rule, not Nama. You told me in the Nama already.
Okay. Rule is if ta varga is followed by sha or cha varga, the corresponding ta vargas will get replaced by cha varga.
Corresponding varna from the cha varga. So
Right.
first varna, so the first varna of the cha varga will come as an adesha. So it will become tach shmashruna. But that doesn't stop there. There is one more sandhi. Any guess?
Tach shamshuna. I don't know. Are, tell me one thing. I'm getting confused because in Shutva Sandhi, ta plus sha doesn't happen, right? And now you said, oh, there is. I'm so confused.
Only in Shtutva sandhi, ta varga followed by shaka, sha or ta varga, the sandhi will not happen. The first sandhi, Shtutva sandhi, it is the other way around. Always remember prashnaha. Prash plus naha will always stay as it is. Because shakara followed by ta varga, sandhi will not happen. Prashnaha will stay as prashnaha. The word prashnaha. Because shakara followed by ta varga, there will not be any change. But the second sandhi, the other way around. Ta varga followed by shakara, sandhi will not happen. I think shakara is what is the thing, I think. Okay, atra kimapi anya sandhi api asti. Okay, if Jayanti Bhagini doesn't know, anyone else?
I don't.
Takers. Akila Bhagini.
Sandhi. Jashtva Sandhi.
Kimartam Jashtva Sandhi? Jashtva. No, no, Bhagini. Why?
Oh,
what?
No, because no. Yes, because it's not a mridu vyanjanam. Samyak. No Jashtva Sandhi.
You confused me suddenly. Okay. No.
it is not
That's
Jashtva
not the
Sandhi.
Jashtva Sandhi. Yes, okay.
It is. I don't know.
Okay.
I have to see
Whenever
the book.
you see shakara, remember, always there will be a chakara that will come in.
Chatva Sandhi.
Yes.
Chatva Sandhi.
Whenever you see shakara, if the previous letter should be ka, cha, ta, ta, pa, only these 5 letters, the first vargam, the first column, ka, cha, ta, ta, pa, followed by shakara, cha will come as an adesha. That is called, because cha is coming, it's called chatva sandhi. So here now in the chakara's place, no, not in shakara's, in shakara's place, cha will come. So it will be tach, then chakara, then shma shruna. Tachma shruna. And this is an optional sandhi. So we have both tachma shruna and tach Shmashruna. We can simply join it by touch shmashruna and ignore the sandhi because chatva sandhi is an optional sandhi. Or we can do the chatvam by doing this. Okay. Chatva sandhi is an optional sandhi. The first answer is correct. You can leave it optionally or can bring in the chakara. Touch shmashruna. Jayanti Bagini is looking at me as though I'm sorry, Bagini. This is Sandhi. This is the only way it can be.
Am I in the right place? I'm wondering.
You are in the right place. At some point,
No,
if you are
Bhagini,
going
we
to
do
take
like
the
this
6th
only, then
exam, you have to undergo this.
yeah, if
Okay,
you
you
do
are
one
absolutely
exercise like this only, then we will practice more.
when will we sit and learn? We will never spend time learning these things. We have to undergo this thing, the abhyasa. Okay. Astu. Shat santaha. Kasya avasraha?
Mine. Shat santaha is shat santaha.
Huh?
Because I was thinking, what is that? Shtutva sandhihi.
Okay,
I was
sandhi namakaha.
thinking
Sandhi namakaha bagini?
Shtutva sandhihi. But I am not very sure.
You are very good. You are going in the right track.
Tavargaha. So you get tavargaha. So shat santaha.
No. If takara followed by sakara, as per the shtutva sandhi, the sakara will become shakara. Okay, that is the rule there.
But ta will also change, no?
No.
Ta will not.
Is the dominant.
Ta.
Ta is the dominant. The sha and ta are the dominant ones. That will not change. Only the sa
only
and
sa.
ta are the weaker ones which will change.
Okay, so shat shantaha.
Do you think it is correct?
Then you have jashtva also, I think. So does it become
no. Hold. This is an apavada to the shtutva sandhi. Okay. Apavadaha where shtutvam will not happen.
That's why first only I told no it is
Yes, you said the correct answer. Then why did you get confused? You were going into next sandhi. So shat, if you keep saying shat sandaha will always stay shat sandaha only.
Yeah,
We
so
cannot.
Why can't it become shad santaha?
Shat santaha.
No, jashtva cannot happen there because
jashtva will only happen if it is followed by mridu vyanjanam or swara. Sakara is not a mridu vyanjanam, it is a karkasha vyanjanam or whatever it's called. It is not, it is the jashtvam rule doesn't apply here. Shat santaha will stay as shat santaha. There is no sandhi because it is an apavada rule in shtutva sandhi, where it says if takara ta varga is followed by sa, ta varga followed by sa, sandhi will not happen. Ta varga followed by, where is that rule?
It's the same apavada that I got, remember? That dhanavan plus something. So that is the first.
Nama nagarin navati varjayitva.
Only that is an apavada to the apavada.
This is ta plus it plus is apavada and it plus ta is also apavada.
Prashnaha, remember for the first shtutva sandhi. Shat santaha, remember for the second sandhi. These are apavadas of the first two sandhi. So nothing will happen there. Shat santaha will stay shat santaha. Shruyate Bhagini, what? Kim Bhagini?
But then if we are saying no sandhi, why are you putting shuttva sandhi?
Shuttva sandhi apavadaha.
Sandehe apavadaha.
Sandehe apavadaha. Sandehe apavada. Apavada. Okay, it's an apavada to shtutva sandhi. Akila Bhagini, what did you say?
No, the same thing I was telling. Apavadaha. Ta vargasya shakare shtutvam na bhavati. Nama navati nagarin varjayitva. Something.
So suppose, where is the Nama Navati Nama?
It is an apavada, page number 35.
Yeah, but I want an example for Nama Navati. I don't have my old notebook right now with me.
Shan plus Nama.
Shan. So suppose if there is Nama Navati Nagari. Suppose there is Shan plus Navati, which is Shan.
Navati.
Shan. Yeah, suppose if there is. If there is Shan followed by Navati, again nakara natvam na is ta varga eva. Okay, ta varga followed by ta varga. Here a rule will apply because whatever, if Navati, Nagari, and what is the other word, Bhagini? This is like a special thing. Navati, Nagari, Nama. If these three are coming in the, Nama, Navati, Nagari is coming in the following word, then Sandhi will happen. It is an exception to the exception. Okay.
Jayanti Bhagini, I think you will appreciate what I'm going to say right now.
Overkill. Shall we start?
No. Akila Bhagini and Lavanya Bhagini, are we in the same class?
Bhagini.
I am amazed what all you have understood, and
I know.
Bhagini.
I always wonder. I
am fighting with the Sandhi book.
Ekanamisham punah share karishyami. Chitram drishyate khalu?
Kapi plus api. So this is definitely Visarga Sandhi, right? So kapihi. And this is api is swara. So repha adesha. Kapirpi. Kapir.
Why are you saying repa adesha?
Because
sorry. Yeah, rule. Yeah.
Visarga.
No, Visarga Sandhi is correct, but can you tell me the niyamaha?
Because
no, your answer is correct, Bhagini. I just want to rule.
So this is E, right? E plus Visarga plus swara.
Ihi. E Visarga followed by akara. Swara. So repaha adesha. Is that what I'm saying? Kapirapi. Is this correct?
Kapirapi.
Astu Bhagini. Samyak. Mama avasaraha kalu. Aham gacchami, makara followed by vyanjanam. So aham gacchami. Aham gacchami, which is and again, this is anuswara sandhi. Okay, but aham gacchami, the anuswara followed by a vargiya vyanjanam. The anuswara, the vargiya vyanjanam's panchama varnaha adesha bhavati. So aham kakka gagga aham gacchami. Aham gacchami, which is parasavarna sandhi. This combination is a very, very common combination. Anuswara sandhi followed by parasavarna sandhi. Always remember. So similar to the parasavarna sandhi will happen. Parasavarna sandhi. Okay. Parasavarna sandhi is an optional sandhi. But when is it nityam ityukte? Padamadhye nityam. Here aham plus gacchami is apadante. As a padante. What is this? Padante. Apadante, it is a Nitya Sandhi. Parasavarna Sandhi has to happen between a word, not between two words. Here it is two different words. So this Parasavarna Sandhi is an optional Sandhi. The first one is Anuswara Sandhi. This combo, you have to always remember. This combo is a very, very common combo. Anuswara Sandhi followed by Parasavarna Sandhi. If there is an Anuswara, then followed by some Vargiya Vyanjanam, that Vargiya Vyanjanam's fifth letter Adesha Bhavati. Aham gacchami. Okay, it's an optional one. So you can say aham gacchami also. That is also correct. This is also correct. This is also correct. Both, it's an optional one. Okay. Maybe I should write it like that.
But ucharana samaye we have to say aham gacchami.
Yeah. Yes. Aham gacchami is also correct. Okay. Astu. Samaya jatah kalu.
Yeah, 20 is a good number. We can.
So, shall we continue doing Sandhi in next Abhyasa, or do you want to go to Shatru Shanach, whatever?
No. Sandhi.
Continue Sandhi? Okay.
Yes, keep up the
Try to
energy.
recollect the rules. Go watch the video if you want. I can send that. I don't want to send the document because I have to create one more document then. Go watch the video if you want. I will try to come up with more words, meaning, and padante, apadante. That
You want to
also.
end the recording or pause the recording?
Yes, I will do that. Astu. Shanti Mantra Madam.
Can it be like some 45 minutes Sandhi and some other time, because it will be very tough for Jayanti Bagini.
Not just Jayanti Bagini. I found it a bit overkill.
Yes.
I thought we are talking about, but the problem is, when we are learning, because this is the first time we are doing a Mishra Abhyasa, so it will obviously take so much time, because all of us we are taking time to understand every rule. Okay, once we get to a stage where we are all slightly comfortable with the rules, then we'll go really quick. That is fine. So for now, it is a bit of an overkill. So 45 minutes of Sandhi followed by maybe 1 hour of Sandhi followed by half an hour, or I will try to break in between. Somewhere in between, I'll take a break.
Now I forgot what is that? The name itself I forgot. Shatru Shanach.
Yes, we will. I will take a break. Next time I will stop somewhere in between. We will do some Sambhashana Abhyasa, and then we will continue. It is a bit overkill today, definitely. Astu. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.